Today, we'll look at 7 different levels of tactical genius in Football Manager, drawing inspiration from some of the best managers in the world. Level 1, the Carlo Ancelotti style manager. This is the first phase of football tactic genius where you give your players complete freedom to play to the best of their abilities on the pitch. There is no forced team instructions or player instructions, just elite players playing in their best positions. This style of play is unpredictable and exciting, with opportunity for free-flowing attacking football. However, if you don't have a very good team, you might struggle to succeed playing this way. And football is constantly changing, so it helps to always have a plan. That is where free-flowing attacking football needs a little bit of tactical expertise. It takes us to level 2, the Sir Alex Ferguson style manager. At this level, you still want your team to play free-flowing attacking football and exploit the wings. However, you know you have to respect your opponent a little bit and come up with a plan on how you really want your team to play. So rather than just choosing the best players and sending them onto the pitch and hoping for the best, a Sir Alex Ferguson style manager tells his players what to do when they're on the pitch. However, your instructions are not as overwhelming as your touchline shouts when something goes wrong. 1 or 2 attacking instructions telling your players to hit early crosses or play with a very high tempo is enough to get you there. But even the best tactics need to have the ball to score. So to get the ball, you need to press. That takes us to level 3, the heavy metal club style manager. At level 3, you've come to learn the importance of winning back possession, and also you've noticed that the opponent is not willing to give you the ball. This is the phase of tactical genius where you force the opponent to give you the ball by pressing aggressively high up the pitch. Be careful though, you need players with high stamina to help you pull this off. But in Football Manager is one of the most effective ways to actually play. High intensity, high pressing, forcing turnovers and playing with high intense attacking football. You have to rely on a few opposition instructions to help you with the press, but it's beautiful to watch and sometimes produces the most impossible victories. But what happens when you come up against a team that knows how to keep the ball really well, that even your pressing doesn't help you get the ball back? Well, that's where pragmatism actually comes in. That takes us to level 4, the Jose Mourinho style manager. Now you're entering into the deep waters of the game, and at this point you've tried everything and learned the hard way that there are some matches that you just can't win them. You have to come up with some extreme, crazy and unholy defensive block to help you grind out victories in these tough matches. That is where the Jose Mourinho approach actually comes into play. Listen, I'm not just talking about defensive football for defensive sake, I'm talking about a tactical masterclass that aims to frustrate the opposition all over the pitch. That means defending well and playing explosive attacking football to exploit the space behind the opponent. This involves using more defensive opposition instructions to help you succeed in the match. But sometimes defending isn't always everything, and you have to strategically control the game by keeping possession of the ball. That is where level 5 comes in, the Arsene Wenger style manager. This is the first step towards your obsession with control. At this point, you're already combing through the opponent's scout report to find their weakness so you can exploit them while trying to hold on to possession of the ball. And you're also going to try to force the opponent into situations where they can actually expose their weakness. While this is happening, you're also going to be careful not to allow them to hit you with a counter attack when you lose possession of the ball. So you have to ask your defenders to stay in a solid defensive line and only push higher up when the match situation allows them to do so. It's free-flowing passing football with some element of defensive coordination, and you can take this control to the next level to what I call the extreme level management. That takes us to level 6, the Pep Guardiola style manager. At this point, you're already deeply rooted into Football Manager and everything about your tactic matters, and how your team goes about executing your plan is of great importance to you. Every pass has to be perfect and your players need to press in coordinated waves like a pack of wolves hunting down a prey. This is difficult to master and you need more than enough team instructions and strategic signings to actually get your style of play to work. You rely on your coaching staff for the team report, so it's best to get an elite scout and an elite assistant manager to help you keep an eye on things while you focus on perfecting your tactic every game. Be careful though, at this point every win isn't so satisfying, but your defeat hurts more than they should. It's at that point where I advise you to take regular breaks from the game so you're not completely lost in it. But with this level of obsession comes with the need to take full control of what your team does and also control how your opponent behaves on the pitch. That takes us to the elite level 7 level, the Marcelo Bielsa style manager. Once you get to this point, no one can stop you on Football Manager except you. You are your own worst enemy, as sometimes your obsession can get in the way of your success. Hear me out. This is the deepest, darkest state of genius in Football Manager. You will study your opponent to great detail and even go as far as watching their previous games to find patterns and weaknesses that you can use as insight to help you beat them. It's all legal, of course, and every new report you get about the opposition is a starting point to search for more. Tactically, you design your system down to every minute detail, like who the goalkeeper should play the pass to in the 25th minute, and you're also going to make sure he plays it to a different player in the 40th minute. Every set piece is important. You also rely on a hybrid system, constantly changing from man marking to zonal marking depending on the match scenario. You also watch your highlights in extended or comprehensive highlight just to give you full information about what is actually happening throughout the game and how the game is actually progressing. What level of Football Manager tactic genius are you currently playing at?